Hi, everybody. I'm Jared Johnson, and welcome to the fourth installment of the Crypto Battle. We're happy to have you guys today. Today, we will be joined by, I think this may be the first time, a father son duo. Have we had this before? We've got Gary Fichardt and his son Cameron Fichardt. Good to have you guys both with us. Nice to see you guys today.
Thank you,
Yes,
Jared. Nice to be here, buddy.
yes, thank you.
Good to have you guys. We're today the focus is going to be on cryptos. We have so much to talk about. I think it's going to be a really exciting show, and I'm really anxious to hear what you guys have to say about some of the cryptos that are out there. We know that this is a pretty hot topic right now. A lot of people are interested in getting involved, and some people are already involved a little bit. So we'd love to hear what you guys are up to, what your thoughts are, some of your favorite cryptos, and we'll dive right into it. So what we want to make sure is that everybody gets a good intro. So with Gary today, the father of the pack here, happy to have you. We know that you've got about 25 years of trading experience in the currency market. That's pretty impressive. You've been managing money for high net worth individuals and institutions. That's excellent. How did you get into trading? What was the impetus here?
You know what? It started back, Jared. By the way, thank you. I appreciate being here. And I love the fact that I'm challenging someone that I've been trying to get to for a while now. So you give me the opportunity to be publicly kick my son's butt publicly, and it's legal, which is great. Now, Jared, I got into trading. I got into trading, 25 plus years ago. And how I got into trading was actually, in fact, through my father. My father's actually turned to me one day and he said to me, Gary, you know what? If you really want to make money, you got to go ahead and follow the money. And I said, what does that mean? He said, well, get into a business where you're actually dealing with money. And so I got into finances. I owned a brokerage company. I sold life insurance. I did a lot of that stuff. And through that, I met up with a lot of traders that we used to invest our money or clients' money with. And through that, I picked up a trader that was willing to actually share with me what he was doing. And when he showed me and I saw what he was doing, I was hooked from day one. And I actually sold everything, and I went straight into trading. And like every trader, I lost all my capital in the first month of trading. And so
You
I
made it a
realized
whole
that
month.
I was lucky it took the whole month because I was stuck in a trade for so long. It should have been shorter. But the thing is this, right? We started learning that trading's a complicated business, but it can be simplified if we simplify it, which means the process needs to be understood and followed through. And so through this process of losing that money and learning now and understanding that Forex needs a little more time, a little more patience, I've managed to get better at trading. And finally, after 25 years, I'm now making money. I'm just kidding.
It's been a long, wonderful 25 years. No, that's great. I know a lot of people can connect with that story of getting involved in trading. There was a lot of excitement, a lot of hype, and then the losses come, and you realize you don't have a strategy and all that. And so learning to approach and having a very systematic approach to trading can be so super helpful. So that's great. And
Yeah,
we want to hear a
sure.
lot more about that. We're going to look at some charts, and I want to see your thoughts and kind of hear about how you have come about some of these ideas and so on. But before we get to that, let's welcome your son, Cameron. We're happy to have you with us, and
Yes, happy
Cameron.
to be here.
So yeah, we're glad to have you here, and so you have, like myself and Gary, we go back a long time with Forex and stocks and all this kind of stuff. Um, how did you get into trading, and what has been your focus? Did you have a Forex, a stock background, or was it just really
Uh,
strictly going
yeah,
into cryptos?
well, my pops, he tried to get me into Forex, and it wasn't selling so well with me, and I started getting into cryptos more, and I got more involved in cryptos a few years back, and I was really into the gaming, world, and then all of a sudden, metaverse started taking off, and I only did cryptos where I would buy and just hold onto them for a while, so I just did long investments. And then these gaming coins came out and they started pumping so much. And I'm like, I need to find a way to make money, faster and bigger. So I started getting more involved in these gaming coins, started understanding how the metaverse is developing, and not only getting more involved in these cryptos, but I've also got more involved in NFTs, buying and selling NFTs because they're all connected to the same blockchain. So that's kind of thanks to my pops for getting me involved into this new world.
That's excellent. That's so great. I think I may be going out on a limb here, but I don't think I am. I think there's so many people out there that might just be, and I'm probably one of those people where, I'm really interested in cryptos. I do a lot of buying and holding, and that probably, it's safe to say, is maybe just the tip of the iceberg, right? There's so much more to do than just buy some Bitcoin, buy some Ethereum, right? There's these levels of what you guys are doing. So we're super excited to hear about that. I think there's so much more that people will be really interested to hear about.
Yeah, it's definitely growing because like it started off like this was only a buy and sell type of way of trading, and it's now diversified into so many other areas where people can make money. And I think the crypto market is really built out really good for the younger generation that has just started getting involved into investing in that type of stuff because it's created so many big opportunities specifically for the younger ones, and that's great. It's great that we've got this opportunity for them to now get in there and invest and understand investing and understand the world around cryptos. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And certainly it seems like everybody seems to be interested in cryptos, but the younger generation seems to be completely dialed in on that. So that's really cool. We want to hear so much about this. And dive in, a lot more into this. Like I said, some of this stuff is so new to me as well, and I'm sure to a lot of people watching this live session. So just a thought that kind of comes to my mind. Being in the currency world, right? You can buy a lot on euro dollar, and if it goes up, you make money. You sell a lot on euro dollar, goes down, you make money. And I think a lot of people have said, well, cryptos, right? I just can buy Bitcoin. If it goes up, I make money. If it goes down, I lose money. I can't short Bitcoin. Maybe there's some futures now that I can. But so what do you guys say with some of what you're doing now? Just like every market that goes up, it goes down. What's a good thing that you can share with us about when cryptos are going down? What's an activity that can be profitable in that kind of a market?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, cryptos, especially the gaming coins and most of these cryptos, they're so volatile. So they're always going to go up and down. And that's why we do market analysis. So you don't panic and you know how the market goes. And that's why it's so important. And that's why my pops has taught me how to analyze the market, because lately with this generation, there's a lot of people when they talk about the market, it's all about hype, which is not a bad thing, but it can also be a bad thing if you don't do proper market analysis. So the market's so volatile, and anytime it goes down, a lot of people want to just get out, take their losses. But sometimes we just like to level in and stay calm if you did your research and you did your analysis properly.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
that,
And you hit it on the nail there, Cameron, because that is exactly what it is. There's two ways to trade there, Jared. As you just mentioned, a lot of the guys are just used to that buy and hold strategy based on spot trading through Coinbase or any sort of exchange. But now
yeah.
with the brokers now like ACAP that is offering margin trading, now you can go ahead and actually sell the market like Bitcoin. If you believe that Bitcoin is hitting a high, you can go ahead and sell Bitcoin for profits to the downside. So you can go ahead and buy and sell, which is a great way to go ahead and trade now that we got now margin involved in trading. So it's not caught on as much because a lot of people are still involved in that, hey, I'm going to buy and hold type of mentality, but it's definitely becoming more and more popular.
Sure. Okay. So you can trade the ups and downs and kind of participate in that market volatility for sure.
Yeah, and Jared,
That's
if I can just
Go
add
ahead.
this as well, which is another thing that traders need to know as well, right? That we don't just have to go ahead and buy Bitcoin; that we can do cross trading as well. So if we think that Bitcoin is going to get strong against Ethereum, or Ethereum is going to get strong against Bitcoin, and this happens frequently, you can invest into that type of in trading environment instead of just buying a bullish market or a bearish market. You can go ahead and trade against cross majors as well. Like when I say majors, I'm talking about the high networks or the high market cap cryptos.
Absolutely. So
Yep.
so that's a great segue into I want to ask a question that's going to take us into our first challenge here. So to kind of sum it up, it sounds like Cameron, you're doing a lot of research on what is behind a coin, behind a cryptocurrency, right? Something
Yes.
new that might be coming out. You're doing a lot of research of who has put it together, how it was put together. So Cameron and Gary, how do you guys think that the research of maybe who made this crypto and what they've done versus technical analysis? Is there a marriage there? Can those work together?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to give Cameron an opportunity to speak on the actual research that he does. But there is definitely, it's almost like stocks and currencies, right? When you trade in a currency, what's important is what's happening in that country, but also what's important, what's been announced. So if you got like tomorrow, we got a news announcement. It's rate decision for the US. So it's not necessarily the rate decision, but it's actually the verbiage, the statement that comes out that's really going to make the markets move, because they want to get a sort of an idea of what's going on with the Feds and how they're going to approach the next rate decision. And so the same thing goes with cryptos. Cryptos is all about the projects and what's behind the coin that we're trading. And so it's important to know the details behind that. Now, what's more important is a typical example, like if they're going to be launching a new project, and there's a lot of NFTs that are going to be launched within the project, that could be creating a huge buy and sell option right there. And so if we're getting more buyers in at the moment right now, particularly on a certain exchange like a blockchain like Ethereum, then you know there's going to be a big move in that particular coin. And so what Cameron does is, and I'm going to again give him a chance to talk about that, but what Cameron does is he brings up the research, he puts it together, then we sit down, we draw up a chart, we go ahead and see how it's set up on the chart. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes when we're getting really early and we find these coins that are already going to pump early, they they sometimes actually consolidated. And oh, sorry, my apologies, my mic dropped. So sometimes they are consolidated. And so if they are consolidated, then what we might have to look for is not necessarily technical analysis, but a break of range. And so there is some technical analysis being built inside that, but more importantly is what's behind it to break through that range that has been tied up in. And so, Cameron, if you want to talk about a little bit about the research that you do, and particularly I think Sandbox, and I think you
Yeah.
did some on Gala as well.
Yeah. Well, it's very
Wow,
important,
that's
especially.
fascinating.
Yeah, it's very important, especially with these gaming coins, is to know how they're going to be made, and if everyone's buying in. So you got to really dig into their Twitter, check their updates. Some of them have Discords. Go and see if their Discord members are building up. Their Twitter
So,
followers are
so,
building up.
so let me just interrupt for 1 second. For anybody new out there that may not know what a Discord is, what can you tell us about what a Discord is?
It's basically a community that they built this Discord for a community to go in there, and you can you can have a general chat where everyone just talks, feeds information, helps others. They'll have announcements, different things they want to get out in their Discord to their members that follow their Discord. So it's basically just a community to all connect.
Great, great. So,
Everybody
so,
get information. Yeah.
so is that an important element for you on your type of research? Is to find let's say,
Yeah.
a growing, active Discord where people are communicating and sharing, and that help
Yes, absolutely. Because
potentially
you
move?
you can ask questions, people will give you answers. It's just to, like I said, it's good to connect with others. Other people can help you make money. Let's put it that way.
That's great. That's excellent. Super awesome. Well, guys, let's dive in. Let's take all this crypto knowledge we have, and let's go to our first challenge. Our first challenge is going to be one of you can pick Bitcoin, and one of you gets to pick Ethereum, and tell us what you think. What do you think is going to be a potential trade you guys can do on one of these just straightforward cryptos that everyone seems to be fairly familiar with? Gary, go ahead first.
All right, I am in the dog box first. Okay, thank you, Jared. All right, so I've chosen currently right now Bitcoin, and the reason why I chose Bitcoin is because I know there's been a lot of chatter around Bitcoin and a lot of hype around Bitcoin as to where Bitcoin's going to go. So I'm going to give you a quick high level view of exactly where I'm anticipating Bitcoin to go. and then I'm going to go ahead and actually place a trade, because I am going to go buy in on Bitcoin, because at the moment right now, we know that Bitcoin's been at a very low level, and we are expecting some upside move. Whether it's short term, whether it's long term, whether there's a big pump coming, we know it's going to go. So let's go ahead and take a look at the chart firstly. And so let me explain and clear up a couple of things here, Jared, about where Bitcoin's going. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at a 4-hour time frame right here. And it might seem simple to me, but I know it might seem overwhelming by others. So I'm going to go ahead and talk you through this process. So we did go ahead and create a new high right here at the top. And the markets actually, that was back in 2021, about April 2021. Now, we did go ahead and retest this level right here. And since the market retested that level, we started to see this downside move. Now, I've already gone ahead and drew in. I'm a big Elliott wave trader. In fact, I created a course called Wave Count that actually is modified Elliott. It's called the FX Big Dog Wave Count, if you can call it that. And so what I've done is I've gone ahead and marked off over here my wave structure. And so as I look at the charts, I notice that Bitcoin has just recently gone ahead and created this wave one right here, and it's gone ahead and traded back inside the wave one. Now, why is that important? Well, because this is wave two right here, and wave three is up here. And so this is supposed to be a wave four pullback. Now, wave four doesn't go back, and it shouldn't go back below the wave one. So which means that when the market trades below this level right here, there's concern that we could go even further down south. So the big thing right here for me is to watch this level at around about 52,900. If we can trade back above 52,900, we're actually back inside structure. So we're not there yet. We are trading below that. So what I want to do is I want to actually buy Bitcoin and look to see if we can go past this resistance. And if we can trade back above that resistance, then it'll become support again. So I'm going to jump in on a buy on this, and I'm going to go ahead and look to trade it back up to 52,900. But I'm not going to put a limit there, because sky's the limit for me. Just like my wife says when she grabs my credit card, sky's the limit. She just wants to go ahead and swipe that thing. And Cameron, don't you tell your mother, okay? I'm just saying. All right. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to buy on Bitcoin right here, and I'm going to go ahead and jump into 8cap trading platform, and I've got Bitcoin open up over here, and I'm going to go ahead and throw in a trade right where it's at right now. Now, I'm going to protect this position as well. So let's go ahead and see if I can get a buy there. Yes, it is. I'm in, and I'm in on this trade. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to protect this position, because I don't want to take too much loss on this if it does go south against me. So I'm going to go ahead and protect it, and I'm going to place my stop loss just below that level right here. I'm going to place it just below there, and I'm going to go ahead and actually see what that risk is. All right, so 500. So I'm risking about 5% on this trade. Remember, we're trading cryptos, and I'm not trading a whole bunch, so I don't mind exposing about 20% of my portfolio in trades that I'm trading. So I'm good with that. Now, I'm going to do this, Jared. I'm not going to put a limit on this, because if this thing blows, if we start taking off through the weekend, I don't want to go ahead and stop this thing. But I am going to monitor it. And if I get to a point where I feel that the market's maybe hitting a resistance level and is not going to break through, then I'm going to go ahead and close that trade and take my profit. But that's my trade on Bitcoin right now.
That looks great. So on that trade, real quick, if let's say that it dips maybe 50% from where it is currently to your stop loss, it seems to be holding. And any plan on adding positions, scaling into this, or are you just one and done?
Well, I would love to break the rules, and I know that Natalie made it very clear we cannot add positions. So right now, I'm going to keep just the one position on right now and see where it takes me. But I'm not going to add position. But I'll be honest with you, if I was over the weekend, if the market was going to move a little bit lower, but not extremely fast, I could add to that position. And I love adding, because Cameron and I, we actually trade very similarly in that aspect. When we're looking at a buy and hold crypto, is that we do use a cost averaging. And so right now I'm being a little more conservative and just going in with the one entry point, and let's see where that one takes us.
Excellent. Very good. That's an excellent looking trade. Okay, thank you. Cameron, leaves you with Ethereum.
Ethereum.
What's your trade? And give us some thoughts on what you see happening on the chart there and in some Ethereum.
All right, so yeah, as you can see in the chart here. So first off, with Ethereum, why I like Ethereum more, they Bitcoin and Ethereum are both decentralized, um, but Ethereum is a blockchain that's based on with all the new gaming coins coming out, all these NFTs and the whole gaming ecosystem is all based on the Ethereum blockchain. So those are the type of coins I trade and like to like do my research and look into. So if Ethereum does well, these coins are going to do well. So let's take a look at the chart right now. And as you can see, we had an all-time high right here. So my analysis is really simple. So as you can see, there's an all-time high where we created a resistance level. And you can see that the market had a consolidation that came all the way down here and created a support level and consolidated between the resistance and support level. And we had a breakthrough the support level right here where it came down and hit a little spike. I don't like to base my support levels on a little spike, but you can see that it came back up and broke through the support level and then came down here and created another support level. So right now we're just right at support level. So what I like to do is I like to buy at support or sell at resistance. So in this trade, it looks like it's good to go ahead and buy right now. So let's go to the platform here. All right. And I am on Ethereum. All right, so we are going to go ahead and buy. And all
Very
right,
good.
we are in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to place my stop loss just down below here at the spike. And as you can
Okay.
see, if it hits that stop loss, we're looking at losing about $400. And I'm going to take my limit and I'm going to put it at that all-time high somewhere up here.
Well, you're certainly not like your mother. You like to limit yourself.
But yeah, well, at the same time, we're going to still monitor this trade as the days go by. And if it doesn't pump all the way there, we can still take out our profits. But at the same time, put the limit up there. The sky's the limit. But we will still monitor this trade in a few days and see if we can just take profit where it leaves us.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You
And
know what,
in
Jared?
terms,
I like their trade. I like their trade, and for a reason for this is because I know I've done some research and Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin and Ethereum chart, there is definitely a battle between the two blockchains, and it's like it's coming to a point where one of them is going to start leading the other. Now, I did about 3 years ago. I took out all of my Bitcoin and actually put my money into Ethereum because I expected bigger moves in Ethereum, which I did. I got a lot more rate of return on Ethereum than I did in Bitcoin, and so that was a good move from me. But right now, it's it's a really tight spot to define which one is actually going to be the
Yeah.
leader right now in
Yeah.
ROI. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, like there's a lot of talk going on about Ethereum flipping Bitcoin. And we don't know, we don't know what will happen, but the case we can make is that, like I said, with the metaverse coming out, and like we're just in the starting stage of the metaverse and all these new games, these play to earn games. So as these games come out more and become public, as NFTs blow up, more people get involved in NFTs because NFTs, is going to correlate with these games. And as that gets more popular and more people are buying in, that's when I think Ethereum can go ahead and take off
You know
that's
what, Cameron?
because they're
I,
all on
I
that same blockchain.
Cameron, I can still not get my head around this metaverse and buying property in like Sandbox or buying property with 10, 20,000. This is virtual property. Jared, I don't know if you can actually fathom this, but it's virtual property. You're paying $20,000 for virtual property. It's insane, but it's happening. People are making money out of it.
Yeah,
this is the world we're living in, and I think this is where such an opportunity comes from the cryptos, is to kind of transition into this metaverse. I mean, I think everybody was pretty surprised to hear Facebook turning into Meta and really taking that augmented virtual reality big next step, and
yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, and I'm sure it's going to move very, very quickly. So it's a great time for everybody to get really educated on how these cryptos work and how you can get involved in some of these movements. Okay, that's excellent, guys. Very, very good. Okay, let's move on to our next challenge. So for many, as we come into the end of the year, it is the holiday season. And for many, we have to buy gifts, right? We have to get gifts for our loved ones. People have to give us gifts. We have to pretend like we like it. They have to pretend like they like it. Sometimes it's a mess. So gift giving is always tricky. We're going to put a little twist on the gift giving here. And we're going to call this the Holiday Season Challenge. And we're going to, instead of giving a traditional gift, we're going to give a crypto gift. The opportunity here is everybody, Cameron and Gary, you get to pick a gift, a crypto to gift to the other. And you guys can accept it or you can reject it. Hopefully this gift is great and hopefully it's profitable because the proceeds of that are certainly going to be going to the charities that you guys have picked, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a minute. But let's get to the gift giving. Cameron, do you want to start us off? What's your gift for your dad?
All right, I was gonna do a different coin, but I think I'm actually gonna change it up. I'm gonna gift my dad sand coin. So if to just give you a background of the sandbox, just as we're talking about, as you mentioned about lands and properties, and the sandbox game is going to be, to me, is going to be the biggest game in the metaverse. This is where it's a decentralized game where everything is owned and governed by everyone in there, and you can go ahead and in the sandbox you can go and create. There'll be a creation center where you can go and create NFTs yourself, and you can go and sell those NFTs on their marketplace. So it's going to give a lot of opportunities for people to make money. So people will be selling NFTs, people will be buying property, land in the sandbox, and they could go and create games in their land, which will allow people to come there and use that sand token to play those games. So they will make money having people play their game in their land. There's going to be we're talking limit opportunities. We're looking at digital real estate. We're looking at virtual real estate that can start a whole new genre of flipping digital land. So, I hear some people talking about they're going to rent their land and have developers create games on their land, have them rent it out, and have these developers create games so these developers can go and make their money off their games while they're renting out. So there's just so many opportunities that there's going to be in the sandbox. You looked at Snoop Dogg, the artist Snoop Dogg. He just bought land, invested in the sandbox where he partnered up, and he's going to be creating he has a Snoop Dogg pass where people will go in the marketplace, have to buy this pass, and those people that have this pass can go and enter his concerts, his virtual concerts, will have parties like VIP parties, and this is all going to be virtually in the sandbox. So it's kind of weird.
Does anybody else feel like we're in a science fiction movie? Like this?
Yes. I'm sure everyone's watched Player One. It's almost like this.
So Cameron, I think, and before we go to whether Gary is going to accept this or not, for everybody that's just getting up to speed with this, just give us maybe in like 30 seconds, like a step by step. You can get an NFT, you can buy an NFT, you can get your money into the system, which allows you to participate, right, in this virtual world, whether you're, like you said, attending a concert by Snoop Dogg, or you're buying some land or a virtual house or whatever, and this all snowballs. This is kind of this new meaning behind these cryptos, right? Instead of just saying I've got this coin, whatever. Now there's so much more behind that. What's like the quick, brief overview of those steps? What do you get, and where does it go?
Yeah. Well, this is like a new life. So people will be purchasing NFTs to build up their avatar. Everyone wants to have the coolest avatar, the coolest skin, have the coolest clothing, or jewelry, whatever it is they like, or and some people want a nice house with items in it where you purchase NFTs to put these items in your house, put it on your land. So what the sandbox is really doing is just open opportunities for people to enjoy themselves, but also make money by playing games, developing games,
Right.
creating NFTs, selling NFTs. Uh, uh, we're looking at, like I said, real estate, digital real estate. So it's just so many opportunities creating. It's just a community that's trying to grow into this whole metaverse. And it's gonna, and I think the sandbox is gonna be the biggest game of all of them.
That's excellent. So Gary, if this is going to be the biggest game of all of them, are you accepting your son's gift?
Well, you know what? He's given me so much information already about the sandbox, the gaming and the NFTs and all that other good stuff in it. There's a lot of good stuff behind it. What I'd like to look at before I make that decision, Cam, can you just show me the chart and just tell me what we see on the chart? And I might have to ask you a couple of questions because buying now, is it the right time? So show me a chart and let me see what it looks like.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll show you right now. So as you can see, um, the market over here, formed a resistance level.
Yeah.
Um, and we had an upside, which formed another resistance level, which created this previous resistance level, the support level. So as you can
Right.
see, the market has been consolidating between that resistance and support. We had a little spike, but like I said, I don't like to be, based on just quick little in and outs.
Sure.
So you can see it's still on a little downtrend, but still in between the support and resistance. And we're now coming down at that support level. So we're right at the support level. So this seems to me like this is a great time to go ahead and buy in.
Well,
That
I'm
looks like
actually on the same
that looks
page.
pretty good.
Yeah, I love that, Jared. I love it too. I love the conversation behind it, the hype behind it. I love the technical analysis. It's simple. It's straightforward. Bouncing off resistance, now becoming support. And if you buy now, Cameron, I want to ask you one favor. Just go ahead and
Yeah.
keep that limit open. Don't go ahead and limit us, but let's watch it over the next 5 days because I'd like to take as much as I can out of this because if it's going to bounce with that support and we get any pump over the weekend, I don't want to limit that profit on that. So let's go ahead and make sure that you keep the limit open, and we can go ahead and put some stops on that, but definitely keep that limit open. I'm good to go.
So
All right.
Gary accepts the gift and
I do.
even thinks that there's some good upside potential. And I think it's really great to note, as I think the themes come up a few times, you say the hype is there. It seems like there's a lot of movement behind this, and the chart looks good. So
Yeah.
Okay. There's no limit. I put a stop loss at that spike. So we are long in sand.
Woo! All right.
here we
Now hold on.
go. Here
I've got to give him something back.
That's how
it's a
Christmas
two-way
works,
road
huh?
here.
All
Besides
right.
life and all that.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different. Cameron puts the hype behind it, and that's why we work so great as a team because, because he brings in this knowledge that we need to know about the trades that we trade, right? So I don't have as much knowledge as Cameron in that realm, but what I do bring to the table is I bring some technical analysis, but I also go ahead and take a look at this simple process. And this simple process for me is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Coin Gecko and I'm going to look at where the market cap is on some of these coins, and I'm looking for the top 50 market caps, right? The top 50 coins that are within the top 50, right? And what I'm looking for is this last 7 days. Which coin over the last 7 days has lost the most value so that we have the best upside move if we're going to start seeing some altcoin move? And that's the theme. If you look behind me, it's altcoin season, and that's exactly what it is. We're looking for altcoins to start moving. And if I look over here, Algorand is actually at the moment right now rated 22 on the market cap, right? And it's dropped 24% over the last 7 days, which means that we might start seeing some turnaround. Now, if you look over the last 24 hours, we've actually seen a 2.2% increase already. So, which means that we could be at a turning point to head to north. So, Cameron, my offer to you is going to be Algorand, and I'm going to go ahead and look at the chart right here, and this is how it's set up on the chart. So if you look over here, we do have a little bit of room. Now, Jared spoke about leveling in. I'm going to give you a real good gift here because I'm actually going to level in on this trade so that it gives you the highest potential if the market does gap a little lower and then rallies up again. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to enter this trade right at market right now, and I'm going to place another entry point here and another entry point a little lower right here. So I'm going to put in 3 levels. So that gives us the opportunity, if price goes spike down and then goes back up again, we can make profit once it goes back up to its original entry point. So this is, I believe, going to be a solid trade. The question here I have for you is, are you going to accept this gift?
Well, I don't know much about that coin. I haven't done much research, but with your analysis, I'm in. I'm in.
Okay.
Success. Gifts accepted. Gifts accepted.
I think
I
he just knows I'm a good trader. That's a given.
No, you
All right,
good,
so
good, good. Oh,
let's go ahead and put this trade in here. Okay, so I'm going to go to Algo, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in right here at current market. So I want to buy in exactly. Actually, I want to drop my. I'm going to go in with a little less volume here. I'm going to drop that to about. Drop it down to about 25. Okay, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and buy that right there. Did it go in? Nope. Sorry, I got to do it again. There we go. All right, so we're in right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a little lower right here. I want to go ahead and put another entry point, and I want to just take a look and see where that entry point is going to go. So the next entry is going to be a limit buy order. So let's take a look and see where I want to go ahead and buy in. I want to buy in right at this level, and that price is at around about one. Let's go call it 115. So $1.15 right here, and then I'm going to go ahead and buy below that level at around about 68 cents. So $1.15 and then 68 cents. So I'm going to go back here to the platform, 8-cap platform. I'm going to go ahead and put a limit buy order. So it's going to go new order, and I'm going to change this to a pending. It's a buy limit order, and I'm going to go ahead and price that at 1.15 was the entry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go ahead and place that order there. And then the next order I'm going to go ahead and place is going to be another buy market, a new order, which is going to be a buy limit order. And I'm going to place this order right here at around about, we said 0.68. 0.68, and I'm going to go ahead and fire that trade there as well. So now I have, if you go ahead and compress, you can see right here, we now have orders down at these levels right here. So if the market does drop back down here, then go ahead and move further, I'm going to be able to go ahead and level in on that position. So I feel pretty confident about that trade there, Cameron. And hey, wish you best of luck on that gift, my friend.
I appreciate the gift. Thank you.
Gift accepted. Gifts accepted. Now, so the proceeds of these gifts are intended, hopefully, to go to these charities. You guys want to tell us about the charities you've picked and what's behind them and what they do?
Yeah, absolutely. Cameron, I'm going to lead this one because, me and Cameron had a conversation about our charity, and the Kitty Up nonprofit organization is actually an organization that helps the special needs kids with therapeutic horse riding and animals that they use for the therapy and that. And so we've actually known the founder of Kitty Up. We've known the founder and for a long period of time, and the things that they've done is absolutely awesome for all these special needs kids. And we just felt that, Cameron actually was brought up with, not brought up, it was they grew up with the actual daughter of the founder. So there's a good connection and good close relationship here. But the things that they're doing for the special needs kids is just absolutely mind blowing. And we've even contributed a bit of time there as well to help and support that. So we definitely want to make sure that we give our support to them as well.
That is excellent. That's excellent. Kitty Up is the charity, right?
Kitty Up is the charity, yes.
That is really cool. That sounds like a great charity to put some time and money and energy into, and certainly as we get around the holiday season, always great to remember of these charities and anybody that may want to donate on their own as well. So that's really cool. Good for you guys.
Yeah, and it's local as well. You can see the growth, you can see everything happening, and that's what's really important right here. So sometimes we need a little help here with the local charity organizations, and that's what we're doing right here.
That's very, very good. Cameron, are you on board? Is this a great charity?
Oh, I'm on board.
Oh, he better be, because he's out of my will if he's not. I'm just saying that out loud. I'm just kidding.
Is this being recorded? Is this recorded? That's great, guys. That sounds like a really awesome charity. So guys, we've gone through two amazing crypto challenges. You guys have, I would say, done an excellent job educating so many new people. I've learned so much being on this and learning about things that I've only heard about, right? NFTs. I haven't bought an NFT. I got to buy an NFT. Can I buy one that looks like me? Maybe that has a yellow shirt and a bunch of yellow stuff in the background. If it's a good price, you guys tell me.
Listen, you know, the funny thing is, Jared, is that you can create an NFT of yourself. Now, maybe no one buys it, but you can actually create an NFT of yourself and put it onto the OpenSea and sell it. And if someone really likes it, they'll buy it, and they'll buy it at the price that you're selling it. So you can build NFTs out of anything, and that's the crazy thing around there. But obviously, what sells is these unique, gaming type of NFTs.
Yeah, but that's why I was going to say it's very important to do your research, especially on NFTs, is because now these days people are copying smart contracts. So when an NFT does good, people will go and they will copy that smart contract, and they will go and use that contract to create their own NFT, their own community. And what they do is they just rug pull everyone's money, just take everyone's money, and as soon as something goes wrong, because they don't have the right developing team behind that project, when something goes wrong in that contract, they can't fix it. So because they're just copying and pasting their other people's smart contracts, so they don't even have a right developing team behind that. So that's why you have to be careful, because there's a lot of rug pulls out there that'll just take your money.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
So Cameron, before we move on to that, can you tell us two ways that you go about researching an NFT? What are just two quick resources you use for researching this?
Yeah. Well, one thing I do, I don't do the most, but YouTube, and this is knowing the people you watch on YouTube, because you get a lot of people that just say a bunch of BS on YouTube. So you really got to pay attention to who the people you follow on NFT and what they are recognized in that space. So I follow very popular people in that space. One of the most popular one is Alex Becker. Follow that guy on YouTube and Twitter. Twitter is the easiest and fastest way to get information. Follow people on Twitter that are in that space. So as soon as Alex Becker tweets something out on a project, you know that project's going to take off. And then also follow those projects on Twitter. Check up on their updates. And also, like I said earlier, most of these projects will have their own Discords where you can go and connect with people in that Discord, get all their information about their minting, their website, all there in that Discord. And then you go and check their website too. Check their website, make sure their website looks clean, looks proper, and everything looks like it's running smooth. And also know the founders of the team that's developing this project. Make sure that they are also a great developing team behind it. They've had at least success in the past. If they had success in the past, then you can feel really confident into that project.
Yeah, that is excellent. And one thing that I would throw out there as well is for everybody that's watching this, like and subscribe to this channel, because these two gentlemen here have shared so much wonderful, crazy information with us today. And as these trading and crypto battles continue on, and you guys continue to share this stuff that you're doing on a daily basis, that's really great. I think that's right here is a great resource for that. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and follow on social media and see what traders are doing as they come up in these crypto battles. That's excellent. So one thing to kind of say, as part of this challenge, in 5 days, we're going to know how everybody's trades have done. You guys have put some trades on. You've gifted some trades to each other. You guys have gone through what you like about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Do you guys want to talk about any cryptos that you're currently holding and why you might think that they're good?
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually. I was going to look at Shiba Inu actually as another option here, just because the way it's setting up technically. And so I'm holding on to quite a few cryptos. And Cameron's got a couple of these. Actually, he got me into Gala, and we actually traded Gala as well. Put a lot of money into Gala as well. So Galas are definitely a good. And if we have to just quick sum up what we believe is going to be a good crypto to get into, I would say, and Cameron, you can go ahead and check with me too on this as well, because we do work together, making sure that we get the right setups. But we've got Gala. Gala's one coin that I'm really invested into. Shiba Inu, just because of the hype behind it. We obviously got Solana. Cardano is also another. ETH
Oh,
is, of
I
course,
know
a
you were in
solid one.
AVAX. You were in
Which
AVAX,
one?
weren't you? Avalanche.
Avalanche. Yep, Avalanche
Yeah.
has actually done pretty well as well. Avalanche, we actually got in before the pump, so we actually reinvesting back into Avalanche as well. So Avalanche is another coin that's actually very good to get in on. And then we've got the Litecoins. Again, we talk about Ethereum. Ethereum started off as the first smart contract, and we got the competition that came in with Cardano and of course Solana. And so a lot of people are investing into Cardano and Solana, believing that that's going to be the next ETH, and ETH is going to fall back again. Just like we had with Motorola, right? If you think about the cell phone industry, Motorola was one of the first to come out with the cellular phones, but where are they today? iPhone and Apple have got, not Apple, but Apple and what's it?
Android.
Androids have, yeah, exactly, have taken the world by storm and left everyone behind. And there's a lot of hype around Ethereum that's probably going to be the same thing, because Solana and Cardano are actually improving their smart contracts based on what Ethereum struggled with in the beginning. So they're getting better based on Ethereum's defaults. So
Good.
it's really becoming a world of opportunity. But there's so many new meme coins that are coming onto the market that are becoming, low cap coins that are starting to get a lot more higher cap involved. And so it's like, at the moment right now, I think there's just an oyster of opportunities out there. You've just got to do the research. And I think I'm going to hit back on what Cameron said early on. There's so much hype out there. When you do research on Twitter, Discords, or Instagram, or all that other good stuff, or even TikTok, because there's a lot of hype on TikTok too. But if you go ahead and do your research on that and you follow certain people, make sure that you check and you double check. You check what they're saying is actually legit, because there is a lot of stuff out there that people are just trying to hype it, but they're not really educated in what's going on, and you just don't want to get caught up in that rabbit hole, and then get to a point where you're frustrated because you're not making money on those coins. So do your research is important, and that's why Cam and I work as a team, and we work with other people as well, because we want to make sure that the information that we're receiving is legit, and it's something we can actually do something with.
That's excellent. That's awesome, and I think that goes really back to the theme of no matter what you're trading, right? You've got to have a system. You've got to be willing to put in a little bit of time, a little bit of work to know the background, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're buying a stock in a company that you haven't even looked at the company, maybe they're going to go bankrupt, or you're getting into a currency that is having major interest rate issues, and so cryptos are no different. You need to know the background information and everything that's going on there. So that is excellent. Okay, very
Yep.
good. Okay, so let's so on getting all these trades posted, I think we've got everything up and running. Do you guys have so Cameron, any favorite currencies, cryptos out there that you want to bring up or get?
Well, just like my pops brought up, he brought up Gala, and just like I was talking to you about how I'm so into these gaming coins, Gala is to me, like I told you, Sandbox I think will be the biggest game, just because of the business aspect of all the opportunities it's going to bring. But with Gala, it's more of a gaming aspect where it's a play to earn. People will be playing these games and earning money, and I think Gala is going to be one of the biggest just gaming aspects in the metaverse, where because Gala just it's the whole ecosystem. There's different games in there There's a coin, Town Star, Illuvium, Star Atlas, all these different type of games that you can also trade their coins that are in that Gala ecosystem. So not only Gala, but also those coins in the Gala ecosystem is also something I keep an eye on too. That whenever the charts look good, I would definitely get in those.
Good, good, excellent, excellent. Very good. Okay, so let's take the trades that you guys have. Do we want to show the scoreboard just so that everyone gets kind of a final glance
Oh yeah.
at the trades we have going? So Gary versus Cameron. How do you guys feel about those? How's everyone
Okay,
feeling?
so let me take a look right here. So I'm down 53. So I'm down, like say, $68. Cameron is down 90. So I'm leading Cameron right now. I feel pretty solid that I've got this. I've got this, man. I've got this.
You've got it. You've got it going. Now, I don't know if I don't know if things are going to have a big movement overnight over the next couple of days. So I really want to encourage everybody to keep up. Let's see how things go over the next couple of days and see how these trades play out. I think you guys have some really good ones. I mean, obviously everyone's heard of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Probably people are hearing about Sand and the Algo coin for maybe the first time. So it's going to be really exciting to watch these and kind of see how they play out.
Yeah, and Jared, we definitely at a good level of support. The market's been selling off for a while now, for the last couple of weeks. So it is really a good time to go ahead and look for some bounce. I'm not saying the market's going to give us these big pumps over the weekend. If we get it, fantastic. We've had this over the last couple of Decembers. It could happen. But even if we get just the market retracing a bit in the last since the last dip we've had, it's going to create some profits for us. So we should be in profits by the end of those 5 days, without a shadow of doubt. It's just a matter of how much profit. And so I'm hoping for the pump. So maybe we should go ahead and tweet out there as much hype as possible. Buy Algorand and Bitcoin. That'll help me. That'll help me.
Let's pump it up. Let's pump it up. Well, and on that note, do you guys want to talk about how people can find you? Tell us website, social media. Give us the scoop. Cameron, go for it. How can people get in touch with you and find out more about
we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we even have Facebook, all at Traders Network Club. My YouTube channel at Traders Network Club. I don't have a personal YouTube channel, but I know my dad does. FX Big Dog. So follow both those YouTube channels, and then our website. You want to talk about our website?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, of course, the YouTube channels where we go ahead and broadcast. I think it's important that we tell them that we do these altcoin seasons twice every week. We talk about, just like we're speaking about right now, Cam and I sit down, we have a conversation of these different altcoins, different projects that are dropping. And we talk about that. We also talk about the chart. We talk about Bitcoin. So we talk about altcoin season and exactly what it means. And we do that twice a week. But we also run 3 times a week. We run actually a Forex sort of trading session where we actually look to grab 20 pips out of the market. And so we've created a website called Traders Network Club, where traders can go ahead and review that. So go to tradersnetworkclub.com, and you can go ahead and see our trade copier service that offers the traders the opportunity to be able to, follow our signals that we have. That's done 130% this year alone, and we are up almost 17,000 pips for the year as well, and we're not done yet. So it's doing fantastic. We're creating a great community of traders that I've just joined, and we just got a good bunch of friends and traders. We call them friends, but they're actually clients and traders that we've connected with.
That's awesome. That's really excellent. Well, you guys, this has been a pleasure. Getting to know you and seeing what you guys are up to has been really amazing. So again, I'd like to encourage everybody, follow these guys, drop by their website, say hello, follow them on social media, find out what they're up to, and definitely come back to the crypto battles. This was so much fun to just see another side of that science fiction movies are actually really just documentaries. And so we're living in it. We're doing it. This is awesome. You guys really shared some excellent information. And to top it all off, I think you guys are nice guys, and you're donating to a great charity. So that's something really, really excellent.
Thank
So
you,
thank
Jared.
you guys. Much success. I really hope that. I mean, I don't know who I want to win. You guys are both nice, and I don't want to. I don't want to have an awkward, Christmas dinner with you guys because somebody won and somebody lost. So I wish you guys both the utmost success. Thank you for participating. Nice to meet you both, and looking forward to see who ends up ahead at the end of 5 days.
Yeah, well, thank you. It was good to
Thank
talk
you.
to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jared. Hey,
Yes,
Jared,
nice.
I am older, so